Saul, the king of Israel, attacked Palestine but this time Palestine attacked Israel. One day, the Palestinian army marched into the valley of Elah to attack Israel. Seeing the army of Palestine, King Saul decided that Israel would not attack first because it would harm them. But the war started between the two countries. For 40 days, the people of Israel faced Palestine. There was a warrior named Goliath in the army of Palestine who looked like a giant. Goliath was much taller than ordinary warriors. He would kill many Israel armies at once. Because of which no one came forward to fight him, the troubles of King Saul and his troops continued to increase as there was no one in his army to confront Goliath. One day, David's father sent David to the battlefield so that he could go there and bring news of his brothers. When David reached the battlefield, he saw that Goliath was daring everyone in a loud voice. When Goliath saw David in the battlefield, Goliath was said, "He who wants to fight with me will come before me. If I win, you will be my slave, and if I lose, we will all become slaves of you." David listened to all of Goliath's words and decided that he would fight Goliath, but he would need the king's command to fight in the battle. So David reached King Saul to ask him to allow him to fight. David told the king, "I am coming from the battlefield, king. I saw that Goliath is challenging us, and I want to accept his challenge. You command me that I can fight him." The king heard David's words and said, "David, have you seen Goliath? You look at Goliath's body and see your body. You can't fight him. He'll finish you at once." "David, you're too young, so that's why I can't allow you to fight." David again tried to ask for the command. "Don't worry about who is small or who is big. Just command me to fight Goliath." The king then asked the question, "Well, how will you fight him? Have you never fought?" David replied, "I give up on my God, defeat and victory. When I go in the forest with my sheep, God is the one who protects me from the lion and the other wild animals. It is God who will save me from the devil and will help me fight Goliath." Listening David's words and his faith in God, the king allowed David to go to war and said, "Well, you can fight Goliath, but you have to wear armor for your safety before going to the battlefield. You have to obey me, or else I cannot allow." David told the king that he did not have the habit of wearing armor, and he could not bear the weight of it, so he could not wear it. He said, "My God will protect me and give me strength to fight. He is my true Savior." David then took off his sling and said to the king, "This is my weapon, and God has given me the skills to use it. My king, you don't worry. and allow me to go to war." Now King Saul allowed David to go into battle. David then moved towards the battlefield. On the way, he picked up 5 stones for the sling. David reached the battlefield and stood in front of Goliath. Said, "Look down here, Goliath. I will fight you with God's blessings, and with his power I will finish you." Seeing David, Goliath mocked him. "Oh boy, are you going to fight me? With a stubborn, I will easily crush you, and with my feet. You are all insulting me together to fight a great warrior like me. You have sent a child?" Everyone's eyes were on David as David went to fight. With the faith of God on the battlefield, David said, even to Goliath has great weapons, God is with me. He will protect me and support me in fighting Goliath. The war is not won with just a sword. War is won by the blessing of God. Today I will kill you, and people will see how God protects his loved ones, David told Goliath. Soon after Goliath moved towards David, after seeing Goliath, David pulled out a stone and stuck it in his sling. David swung the sling very quickly and released the stone towards Goliath. The stone from the sling fell directly on Goliath's head, and Goliath fell down. David took out Goliath's sword and cut Goliath's throat. As Goliath died, the Palestinian army fled and Israel won the battle. After the war, David thanked God. "Thank you, O God the Father, who took me in his blessing and protect me. You are our true Father."